Hey, we're gonna do some strengthening exercises for your wrist, forearms, and shoulders, so for the upper body. Also, if toning your arms is any of your goals, it's good for that too. We don't need any weights, but if you do have a Thera Band or resistance band, the circle one, you will get a little extra with that, but it is not necessary. So all the work to strengthening your arms overall. Let's jump in. We're gonna start doing some movement to really get the blood circulating and a little bit tiring your arms. So turn your palms facing up, bend your elbows, and all the time imagine you wanna get your elbows forward, arms or hands back. You can even turn your palms a little facing behind you, outer rotation for your shoulders, and then start to make little circles and make it quite strong. So stabilize with your core, but really strong circles. You really want to move your shoulders all the time, still hugging your ribs in, keeping the shoulders nice and open. Just keep going. Strong, powerful little circles one way around. Shoulders down and outer, rotated, almost turning your palms facing back, elbows more forward. I can feel the heat already myself. So don't make it too easy for yourself. Strong circles. Let's reverse the circle. So always activate your core so you don't shake with your arms too much. Navel in and up. Hug your ribs in. Nice. Let's change that. Now, like you want to push the air out. Now you can, again, turn your palms facing back and really feel here, really open, broad collarbones. Push the air out. Make your own resistance. Think like there is something you really want to push. Use your forearms as well. Always like finish with your fingers. Feel all the way to the tip of your fingers. So you're always aware. Push the air out. Keep the shoulders open and neck is really free. You can always turn your head to look that there is no tension in your neck. And let's change again. Now squeeze the elbows into you and lengthen. Turn your palms facing up and down. Really squeeze. Squeeze in. And see your shoulder blades moving down and to the side, really wide back. Squeeze in and squeeze. And again, make it strong. Imagine the resistance. Make your own resistance. Shoulders open. Few more. Nice. And then bring your hands together, elbows together, and start to bounce up, up, up. Make sure the elbows don't go really below parallel line. So always bounce up and up and up and up, up. And make sure you are sitting straight up, not rolling behind the sit bones. Walk your sit bones open and bounce up, 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 up. You should start to feel it quite soon. Bouncing up to the ceiling. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. You can release the back of your hands to your knees for the moment. For all those 5 movements, you can do 1 to 2 minutes if you practice by your own. So in the end, it's gonna be like 5 to 10 minutes warm up. Now bring the back of your hands, wrists together, and start to make a little circle, warming up the wrist as well. Elbows bend, shoulders soft. One way around. And let's change to the other way. Gently always press the back of your hands together to feel the stretch on your wrist. Nice. And then let's strengthen your wrist a little. Come to your all fours. And here, you can open your fingers a little bit diagonally out to the corners of your mat. Thumbs in. So it's like a little letter L. You don't have to face the fingers straight forward, slightly out. Come to your all fours. And first you can keep the weight slightly more back on your knees and to start to lift your wrist off the floor. Keep all 4 fingers, or together 8 fingers on the floor. Your thumb can lift, but all the other fingers on the floor. And really control. Lift the wrist up and gently control down and up. And down. You can keep the 4 fingers together. Only the thumb is separated. And once you feel, you can bring a little bit more weight forward. Bring the shoulders slightly more over your wrist. But make sure you don't collapse down. So always good control. Strengthening, controlling. Most of the time, slower you do with more control, more strength you gain in the end. Let's do a few more. Nice. And then you can sit back to your heels. Now, let's stretch the wrist a little. So you just flip the hands so the back of your hands are on the floor, fingers facing you. We are usually flexing a lot, so good to stretch the other way around. Gently bringing the weight back. Nice. And then one thing I like to do myself often, to plank on the fingertips to also really strengthen your hands and your wrist. So come up to your fingertips. Try first all 4s. Good activation for your core. And here you can check that you are not collapsing. So press the space between your shoulder blades up, but keep the shoulders open, so the shoulders are not coming up to the ears. Shoulders open, but around your upper back a little, hug your ribs in. And then maybe step your feet back to your plank. So little rounding in the upper back, keep the lower back long, navel in. Strong fingers, strong wrist, and hold here. My mat is actually a little bit too soft. It's not really my own yoga mat, so it's a little bit too soft for this. So yeah, you don't want your mat to be too soft for these things. If you can, it's actually really good to do right on the hard floor. It's less tension for your wrist and your fingers. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. Again, you can sit cross-legged or on your heels, whatever feels better for you. And let's keep working on the forearms. So lift your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing forward. And then just start to open and close your fingers. Do that quite fast and powerful. So strong movement again. Open, close, open, close. Shoulders relax. Navel in. Neck relaxed. And just keep going. And you should slowly start to feel your forearms to tire up a little. Feel the blood circulation. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Just release the back of your hands to your knees. Try not to shake yet. And then let's do second round. Palms faced in to each other's. Shoulders down. And again, strong movement. Open, close, open, close. Maybe even hear the little sound when you really open, open, open. Second round, you might feel it a little sooner. I can feel already my forearms tired. Just keep going. Fast, fast. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And release the back of your hands to your knees. Moment here. Nice. And then, if you have this circled resistance band habit, if you have a Thera Band, you can use Thera Band too. If you don't have anything, that's okay. Then you just have to make your own resistance again. You're always able to do your own resistance. You just really have to think. If you have the circled one, bring that like this. So it's around your wrist, palms faced forward. If you're holding a Thera Band, you can just hold the Thera Band like this. And then we just wanna pull the band down, open your arms, broaden collarbones, and lengthen up. Open, shoulders down, and up. So pull it apart and lengthen up. Slightly squeeze the shoulder blades behind you and open. And what I usually like to think myself, when I pull something down, I wanna pull the belly button in and up. So there is always like the opposite directions working. So now sit the belly in and up, grow taller. Keep the lower back long when you extend back up to the ceiling. And really pull open, neck relaxed. Let's do a few more. And of course, you can always change the resistance band for the little bit stronger one if you need more. And last. Nice. And then again, lower the back of your hands to your knees, to your thighs. This time, if you have a Thera Band, same thing. Hold it between your fist, palms facing up. If you're using the same circled one than I am again over your wrist. And here, glue the elbows to your sides and then start to open. So really outer rotating your shoulders, but avoid arching your ribs too much here. So really hug the ribs in, corset active, navel in and up. Just open your shoulders. And again, this one too, you can do without the resistance band, without the Thera Band, but then really make your own resistance. Then you really just need to think, how far can you go? How far back can you go? Shoulders open, ribs in, squeeze, and squeeze. Let's do a couple more. Nice. And then just rotate the shoulders a couple of times, back and down. And then come to your down dog. And let's do a couple of stuff from here. So it's just about your hands. Always spread the fingers wide. Press all the knuckles down. When you focus on pressing the outer side, the pinky finger side down, you can really feel that connection all the way up here to your shoulder blades, the whole side body activation. And when you press the inside, the space between your index and your thumb down, it's easier to keep the weight even when you're talking about chaturanga. For example, when we go to chaturanga, many times the weight tends to go to the outside. So in your chaturanga, always focus on pressing the space between your index and your thumb down a little more firmly. And down dog, I like to really feel the pinky finger side to activate to my side body all the way up to my shoulder blades. And also, there's a couple more words about down dog. So in your down dog, always feel your shoulders outer rotating, elbows slightly inner rotating. So shoulders open, elbows in. And the other way to say it, you can feel your upper arms rotating out and lower arms rotating in. Upper arms out, lower arms in. So that way there's always this circled energy going and you are not locking your joints. So outer rotation, shoulders, inner rotation, elbows, and it depends like how you feel. Do you like to say this is your outer rotation for the upper arms, or do you feel like this is the inner rotation when you squeeze towards? But always like outer upper arms rotating this way, and inner arms, lower arms rotating this way. So opposite directions. Anyway, enough for this. Let's go. Spread the fingers wide and then really slowly start to lower your elbows, forearms down, and then lift up again. So from your down dog to your dolphin dog. Lower and lift. And here, really check that the elbows stay in line with your shoulders and your wrist, so you don't lower the elbows to the side. So squeeze the elbows in. Lower arms in. Keep going. And here, actually, what I like to do, I like to take the resistance band here, put it over my biceps, and then try here. This helps you to really keep the elbows in line with your wrist and your shoulders. Nice. And then bring your hips down to your high plank. Check the distance, shoulders over your wrist. And from your high plank right away, lift your hips up, elbows down, forearm, dolphin dog. And then high plank, shift weight forward. Now shift weight back, elbows down, keep them in line. Hips forward, shoulders forward, hips down. Elbows back, shoulders back, hips up. And keep going like this. Really strengthening. Should feel the forearms as well. And again, check the weight on your hands so you really press the whole hand, all the knuckles down. Nice. Bring the knees down for a moment. And what we can add on here, a little bit easier to do without a resistance band, but you can also keep the resistance band right there. So when we come to the plank, it's gonna be one arm plank. Bring the fingers back and lower both elbows down. Bring the other hand by your side. So always in your plank, try to keep the shoulders and hips square to reach your fingers back by your hips. And still body weight forward. So you really get to connect to your core as well. Try not to open your hips and your shoulders. So keep them in level. These are some of my really favorite things to do to strengthen shoulders, forearms, and your hands. Helped me a lot with all the arm balancing things. So, yeah, happy to share them. I hope you find them helpful as well. Let's do twice more. Nice. And then for the last one, again, you can still keep the band there. From the dolphin dog, here maybe even walk your elbows a little closer together. So they are not too wide open. You can always use the grip from your mat. So kind of like you want it to slide the elbows out a little, and you can really feel this inner outer rotation combination. Outer rotation combination. Lift your hips back up to the ceiling. You can little soften your knees. You don't never need to lock the knees. Rather lengthen the lower back. And now just bring the chin forward. Try to kiss your mat. And then press back and up again. Forward, down, give a kiss to your mat. And then press the chest back, hips up. And keep going like this. Help with your core. And here, I almost promise it's easier when your elbows are not too far open. Let's do 3 more. And up. And up. Nice. Release the knees down. You can set the Thera Band to the side and come down, lie on your belly. Here, if you have a yoga block, that would be quite nice. I don't have yoga block myself right now, so I'm using an imaginary yoga block. So here, just open your feet hip distance apart and really turn your inner thighs up to the ceiling so you're not outer rotating from your hip sockets. And really press the top of your feet down. Try not to let the legs lift off the floor. Hold and find your imaginary block. So palms facing each other. So if you do have the block, hold the block. Try, blah, blah, blah. I Try not to grab the block with your fingers like this. Just press in, fingers straight. Forehead down, shoulders away from your ears, and start to lift the block. And lower. And lift. And lower. And keep going. And lower. And lift. And lower. And one thing, what I'm always thinking here, is that I want to try to lift my belly button off the floor. Press the top of your feet down. Turn the inner thighs up to the ceiling. And try to lift the navel off the floor. And let's do 3 more. Nice. If you have a yoga block, you can actually just set your elbows on top of the yoga block. Bring your elbows a little closer together, hands together, and then just lean the body weight back. Walk your elbows forward so you can really press your armpits, your chest closer to the floor and feel the stretch. If you don't have your block, come up to your all fours. Let's do the same thing from here. So bring the elbows down close to each other so you can open your knees a little wider here. And then start to lean back with your chest. You can either bring your chin down or forehead down. Bend your elbows, thumbs behind your head, your neck. And again, just walk your hips back a little so you get to feel the stretch. Walk your elbows forward, hips back, and let the chest melt down. Send the breath to your shoulders and to the space between your shoulder blades. Every exhale, feel your chest melting down, a little closer to the floor, a little deeper down. Nice. Slowly start to release. You can roll the shoulders back and down, and as a counter, just come to your embryo pose. Sit on your heels. Forehead down, arms down by your side. Let the shoulders relax. Yeah, so those were some of my favorite exercises to strengthen the upper body and really feel that connection from your fingertips all the way down to your navel. I really find that feeling. I hope you got at least a couple nice strengthening exercises to add to your routine. And yeah, give me any feedback. If you like, were you using a Thera Band, resistance band, and how you felt? Or if you add them to your routine, let me know if you feel any difference. I did. I hope some of them will work for you too. Yeah, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Yeah, in the meanwhile, take care and see you soon. Namaste.